EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Acrisure Stadium on the north shore of the Steel City, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Saquon Barkley. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. You look at the Steeler defense against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
You know, when actors get ready for a scene, they often ask the question, what's my motivation? But what's the motivation of this group? What's their mindset? What's the problem that they have? Will they create an identity that allows them to get better?
It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. Down to about the 45.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
And the Eagles first down.
A handoff to Barkley on the option. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Touchdown.
Saquon Barkley, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are on the board first here this afternoon. Elliott good with a PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Steelers have it. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And all the way out just shy of midfield before going out of bounds at the 49.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground. ETN. It finds some open field here. And he goes down, but not before he gets inside the 25. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. once he broke through that first wave of defenders, there was a pretty big gap there for him to run.
And it helps that they were in a dime defense. That's 6 defensive backs. So this is why a lot of teams now are searching for those linebacker safety combo type guys who can add a little bit more size on the defensive side of the ball, but can still run as well. Because when you run against 6 DBs with some bigger offensive linemen, you often get this result.
The Steelers at 5-1 here in this early part of the season. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
Just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And 3rd and 8 now.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Eagles will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
You look at this Steeler defense, currently #1 in the NFL against the run.
Now, if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to it. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Patrick Queen. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. So problems with Aaron passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week.
And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. A shotgun snap and a give to ETN. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Andrew McKinnon. And the Eagles are going to have it here as they start at their own 7. That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
What you call a rookie mistake. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. He'll look to throw. That one complete down the field with Smith. Down the right sideline. Devontae Smith. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Devontae Smith with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
They'll get this complete to Calvin Austin. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. A short one there to Freiermuth. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. A give to Etienne running right. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 42 yards rushing for him now. And he's only carried the ball 4 times.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And that one going to come up short. No throw.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Here's second and 10. They'll drop the throw. Over the middle, it's complete. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic.
Travis Etienne, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Steelers have cut it back within a score. Boswell good with the extra point. And that'll make our score 14-7. First of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
32-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
The rookie from Texas looking sharp on that throw. He gets his guys a first down. operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Up the middle with Barkley. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
So I think we're playing defense in this one. There's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. And taken into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Saquon Barkley with a milestone career touchdown number 100. Joining Curtis Martin and Franco Harris at the century mark as he continues to climb the all-time list. And the Eagles have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Elliott good on the extra point. And it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And it'll be an excellent return as he's all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
Well, whatever the relationship was between the special teams and the offense, it's gotten a heck of a lot closer after a return like that. The special teams just keep setting them up. The offense thinks they'll go out there and knock them down.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Let's go now. Panther 60. Panthers.
Running out of the gun with ETN. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Forced out to his, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. That's been Jordan Davis powering in to drop it. Well, that's not how you hope to draw it up there on 1st and goal, CD, by taking a sack like that.
Well, they tried to be aggressive, didn't they? They didn't want to try and work their way past the goal line. They wanted it right there on that play. Unfortunately,
and caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Pat Freiermuth, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Steelers have got it back to within a score. Extra point put through by Boswell. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
2
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. He's past the 30. He will score. Touchdown, Steelers. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Well, you see both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play and he can help change things.
And they'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. 3rd down and 1. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They came out not so hot. The first quarter, they were sputtering a little bit, but they seem to have stayed the course and really righted the ship here in the second.
Let's face it, all the preparation that goes into getting ready for a game, all the scouting reports, the practice, the repetition, sometimes you hit a little bit of a lull to start things off. Maybe you get a little flat, but if you put in that time, you put in that effort, it can come back to you, and that's what we're seeing so far.
Now can they keep that momentum going? Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And here's Freiermuth again. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Right back to him for 10 more and a first.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
Short one there to Freiermuth. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
He's going to air one out. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Andrew Makuba. And the Eagles are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. They'll throw now on the final play. This is intercepted. Picked up by Patrick Queen. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown. Well, what a game this has turned out to be for him. Remember, CD, he had the turnover earlier, and now the pick six, that's the cherry on top.
You're absolutely right about that, partner. When you force a turnover on defense, you're the guy most excited about getting back out there and trying to force another one. How about him picking off that pass, setting his sights on the end zone? You know he wasn't going to be denied getting there either.
Party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It's a tied football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tied game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't put anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the giver. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us. Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. They're going to look to throw. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Oh, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down. They'll set up a throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down as that was not an easy one to hold on to. So on fourth down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. Boswell's kick is good. And with it, they have taken the lead. Well, they don't get a touchdown here in the opening drive in the third quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Eagles offense sent to begin their next drive. And they find themselves down on the scoreboard following the field goal a moment ago.
And I think even though they're trailing the game now, I would consider that a win for their defense, and that's probably what they're telling the offense when they get to the bench. Hey, the onus is on you guys now. Get back out there and get us the lead back.
First down, Philadelphia.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Here's 2nd and 8. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Alex Highsmith able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. T.J. Watt picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, try to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Now they'll change things around before the snap. ETN up the middle. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 63 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. A defensive-minded coach loves to bring the heat, brought the heat there, and it worked out.
And nowadays, all those defensive-minded coaches, for them, it's all about getting the football. I went into one facility, and as soon as you walked into the defensive room, there was a football, like on a spring, and each guy that walks in that plays had touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley, 43 yards.
And the Eagles have retaken a third-quarter lead. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does it? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Charles, you got to think the #1 goal here is ball security. Remember, last drive they coughed it up, then they allowed the touchdown, and now they're trailing on the scoreboard.
Boy, the way you described it makes me think that one actually hurt them 3 times. The fumble cost them potential points. Then they watched their opponent get a touchdown off of the fumble. And third, they lost the lead as a result. Really tough sequence right there. I don't think coaches have to remind them to hold on to the football. They've just got to find a way to get it done.
Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Let's go now.
Now back to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. DK Metcalf, 47 yards. And the Steelers have answered back with a third quarter touchdown of their own to retake the lead. Boswell good with the extra point. And that gives them a 3-point lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And makes it across the 20 as his guys were set up shop at the 23-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
This one goes out wide with Barkley. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down. Barkley inside handoff. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 34-yard line.
Looking to throw. Gets this to Saquon Barkley out of the backfield. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. Now inside the 25. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year and 4th overall. And the Eagles use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They'd done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Elliott good on the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. 78 yards now for Etienne, and he's got a first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through three corners, no reason to lighten up now. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves it with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll go again with ETN. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
60 Maverick, go!
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's caught inside the 20. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. DK Metcalf with career touchdown number 70. And the Steelers answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth-quarter lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. But a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. 2nd and 9 now. This pass hauled in by Dotson. And he'll get positive yardage there as he'll be touched down.
It's a gain of 8.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On third down, they go with Shipley. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a fourth down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll try and run for it. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position.
Ready up!
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. A short one there to Fryermuth. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6. Straight ahead, ETN. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means it might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. 79 Broncos.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And
time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They'll get this out to the flat for ETN. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Now a 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well. But
a moot point there as they were able to connect. Now a signal and a timeout here on the defensive side of the ball. So they want to stop it with 1 second to go prior to the 2-minute warning. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll look to throw here. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. That one looks like he'll throw here. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
This is where, as a tight end, you've got to really sell that this is a run. They're going to fake the give, hope the linebackers bite, and here they do just enough. That split second, that's all it takes for that tight end to leak out into the end zone. Touchdown.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And able to get this out to the 25. This is 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. One timeout at their disposal, but more pressing is the need for 2 scores, obviously. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, 41 yards. And the Eagles have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Elliott good with a PAT. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. A little less than 90 seconds to go. This will be an onside kick. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. They go play action here on 1st down. Dancing to his left. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Nolan Smith able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
Ready? 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. A give running right, ETN. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. They'll run again. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain.
Brought down to the 35-yard line. A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to swell the lead to 6. And this one is no good. He missed it. And that will keep this a 3-point game.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Ready up.
Here's 1st and 10.
Let's go. 19, Tiger, 19, Tiger. Let's go.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. This for all the marbles. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for Pittsburgh, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.